Hi, welcome to See the Light Art Projects. I'm Pat Nepley, and we're getting ready for our Poppy Collage project. And I'm so glad you're here so that you can get a few tips on how you can prepare in advance of the 4 lessons that are on this DVD. So what you're going to need to have handy is a pair of good scissors and an assortment of warm colored tissue paper. Now this is the same tissue paper you would use when you're wrapping up a gift or putting in a gift bag. You just have to look for a variety of tones in the warm colors, which is yellow, orange, red, even as far as maroon. It's really what you can find and what you like, but it is important that they're the warm colors. And so what you're going to need to do to prepare is cut all of that tissue into small 1-inch squares, which I like to store in just a plastic zip bag. And then when you're ready to use them for the lesson, you pour them out onto paper plates. And students can share a variety of colors, but you still want to make sure you have enough variety so that the projects will look different. And so the best way that I like to start to do this is I simply unfold a piece of tissue and then refold it into some tight sections. And it does not have to be perfect because these do not have to be all the exact same square. So you see I'm just folding it, folding it, folding it again. And what you're going to do, and I like to do this while I'm watching something I want to see, like a movie or even just listening to music. So you're going to cut it into strips. And then once you have a strip, it's about 1 inch square. But like I said, they do not have to be perfect. And by cutting like this, I get a lot of them. And then wherever you have a fold, you just reach in with your scissors and you cut like so. You can see I have a lot of squares already right there. And one sheet, a lot of these packages will come with multiple sheets of the same color. I think one sheet of each color is a fine way to start. And you should be able to make rather quick work of it. I'm not being super careful about the size. It's about 1 inch square. So after you've cut an assortment of the warm colored tissues, keep them stored in a plastic bag. The other things that you're going to want to have ready is some white glue, a bowl, and a long brush. The brushes I would recommend are flat brushes, and they can be white nylon, they can be bristle, not the really soft ones that you use for watercolor, which are usually a sable or a soft material, camel hair. This is going to be a little bit stiffer. And the reason you want a stiffer brush is because you want to be able to actually use the brush to pick up the tissue when it's dry and then brush it down again when it's wet. So a flat bristle brush about 1/2 inch wide to 1 inch, no bigger than that. Now for this project, the students will be making a glue solution, and that means a puddle of glue mixed with about 1/2 cup of water. So I want them to mix the glue solution so they get a feel for the consistency of milk. So have the ingredients ready, but don't pre-mix the solution. Let the students do that. And you'll need some white poster board, but cut into a square. Now, it's very hard to find things already cut into a square, but if you just buy traditional poster board at your local art and craft supply, then you can just measure out a square. I would say at least 14 inches square, but you can go bigger. Bigger is even better. It just makes the project last a little longer. The main time investment is in cutting the tissue paper squares, but it will be worth it for the great result at the end. Now, I would also recommend you have some plants handy. Because we refer to what we call simple leaf, and simple leaf simply means 4 to 6 petals. So it's really whatever is in season in your area. You can get at your local nursery, maybe even from your own yard, and it really doesn't matter the variety as long as it's something that's considered simple petals. So this has 6 simple petals. This fake flower has just 8 petals. Here we have this is a New Guinea impatiens. This has 6 petals, so 4 to 6 petals is the best for students to look at petal shape and to finish the project. Something like a sunflower or a mum would just, be just too much. So 4 to 6 petaled flower, an assortment of warm tissue paper pre-cut into 1 inch squares, piece of poster board, square, and a bowl with white glue and a long flat brush. I'll see you for Poppy Collage.